All right, welcome back to another audio edition of the Voice of Reason podcast. I'm coming to you from the Life Center Academy here in Columbus, New Jersey, speaking with my good buddy, the head basketball coach of the national program, the Life Center Academy Warriors, a man who certainly needs no introductions. He was the number one pick in the 1989 NBA draft. He was never nervous. He is never nervous. He's my good buddy, Pervis Ellison. Pervis, always good to have you on, and you've been on here before. How are you doing these days, and are you ready to go for the season, my friend?
Personally, I'm doing well. As far as the season goes, of course, we've got a young ball club this year. We actually, as you know, we're playing fall league at the West Catholic League.
Which I am announcing, by the way.
Correct.
The one and only The Voice.
Doing a fantastic job, I might add. But you know, like I said, we've got a young ball club, but we're really looking forward to this season. You know, I think the guys have that youthful exuberance, so they're really anxious to get going.
You think about the talent that's come out of this school over the years, and you go back to the days of the Dion Waiters days, the LaQuinton Ross days, the John Johnson days. You know, you think about the good kids that have even come out of here, because really at the Life Center, it's all about student and athletes. You take over, you bring in a national powerhouse type team, and this year it's especially, you probably have two of the most dominant players in the front court, and that's Lance Ware and Malik Bailey, to go along with returning players, Roderick Massenat, Jordan Livingston, and the son of NBA great Charles Smith, Chase Smith. How excited are you as far as what Lance and Malik can bring? Because I was here at practice about 2 weeks ago, and I was really impressed with what I saw. And you mentioned to me the offers that those two big kids are getting. Has there been any changes since?
No, they're going to be, Malik Bailey is a sophomore and Lance Ware is a freshman. So, those two is a great tandem. They're young kids, but, they're great kids, and they work extremely hard and very disciplined. They both got lofty goals set for themselves, great students. So it's, they've got their whole future ahead of them. And, like I said, they are two kids that are definitely focused. And, with them two on the ball club, as well as the other returning players that we have, we're looking forward to a good season.
Now, I want to talk about you. You are originally from is it Atlanta, Georgia? Is that where you were? Where were you born in?
No, actually, I was born in New York, but I grew up in Georgia.
Okay.
Savannah, Georgia.
It's just the way that you've always talked to kids. You have inherited a Southern type of accent, and you always bring Southern type of hospitality. But you were from Savannah, but you were born in New York. And how did you get here to the New Jersey area after I believe, a 15-year stint in the NBA?
No, not quite that long.
How long were you actually in the NBA?
I did 12 years and then one half season. But I think, I've always loved this area. I had friends that played with the Sixers. My best friend, Kenny Payne, now lead assistant coach at Kentucky.
Yes.
He actually has a home here, and he played for the Sixers. And at that time, I really liked the area. So that's why I sort of, migrated to this area.
And when you were able to do that, you raised three wonderful kids, three of whom I have worked very close with. Your son, who's now over at St. John's, and two of your daughters, one who runs track, and your other one, Asia, now over at I believe the University of Maryland, where the lovely, well, we don't want to say, well, I guess we could, the lovely mother and ex of yourself is, I believe, she moved out there. I hear she comes between the New Jersey and Maryland area. That's what she was telling me a while back, I believe.
Right. She's been living down in that area as well.
That's I hear Maryland's beautiful, and I hear that the town itself is just lovely.
Maryland's, my daughter's having a wonderful experience at Maryland. They were a Final Four team 2 years ago. Last year, I think they made it to the Elite Eight. The expectations with Coach Freeze are always, Final Four ball club. So, it's a great environment. My daughter, unfortunately, she had an injury. No, she hadn't redshirted, but she's going to actually redshirt this particular.
Oh, really? Okay,
So,
I didn't
but no,
realize
she's never
that.
done a redshirt year. And then my oldest daughter, she runs track at the University of Howard. So she's in her senior season,
And she's a big fan of The Voice, by the way.
She's also going to graduate in the fall. So I'm very proud of both of them.
And Malik himself, playing at St. John's, playing for a legendary guy like Chris Mullin. I know somebody you've played with in the NBA for a few seasons. What's that experience going to be like after him playing for his dad, a former NBA player, and now playing for yet another former NBA guy, Chris Mullin?
Well, that's going to be, that's one of the reasons why he selected the school. He really liked Chris's energy and Chris's knowledge and expertise in terms of helping him advance his game. Last year they struggled as a ball club, but I thought the young guys on the team all improved, and that's one of the signs that is the telltale signs to tell you that Coach Mullin, and his staff is doing a wonderful job. I think this year they're gonna turn it around, and not quite sure if they're going to be an NCAA tournament team, but I do think they'll be hovering right around 500. And by the time those guys are juniors, because they all were young.
I know this is a very young team.
Basically a freshman, sophomore team. But by the time those guys are juniors, I really look for them to play extremely well and make a run in the tournament.
As for you, when do you start the season?
We start the season, I'm not sure what our officials
Like, what key games will you be playing this season?
Well, we play, we got the usual suspects. We're going to play St. Anthony's. We're going to play St. Pat's in New Jersey. As a matter of fact, we're playing exhibition, but we're playing TCA and teams this weekend at the Rick Run. So
yeah, that should be a lot of fun. I could be announcing that game.
Should be a lot of fun. So, but like I said, we're looking forward to the season.
Well, Pervis, I know you've got places you need to go, so we're going to let you run. I myself have places I need to go. One of my dearest friends, I want to take Never Again Nervous out of the picture and thank my good friend, head coach Pervis Ellison. Pervis, as always, we appreciate you stopping by here at another edition of Voice of Reason. I'm Jake Schwartz.